Hi, everyone. It's Rachel Brown with Young Leaders Society in the United Way. Today, I am here with Michelle Alferez, and we are going to talk a little bit about her job and what she does. So first of all, hi, Michelle. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Rachel? Good to be here.
Well. Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do? And yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, as you said, my name is Michelle Alferez, and I am a graduate student, and I am studying speech and language pathology. So I am graduating really soon to be a bilingual SLP. And I'm currently, as I mentioned, in grad school. I work with individuals who have speech and language communication disorders. And I love my job, and I love Santa Barbara, so I can't wait to be back there.
Awesome. Okay. And so tell me a little bit about how you got to where you are now, and why you chose this field. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so when I was at UCSB as an undergraduate student, I was always involved in working with children. And so I got to work with a lot of children with disabilities, reading disorders, and reading delays. And I was kind of like a tutor. And so that kind of got me involved with Fun in the Sun, which is a United Way program. And so I was a program leader right out of college. And then eventually I worked for United Way. I was a global studies double major with feminist studies, so it just kind of led to community work.
Oh, cool.
But my passion was always, working with kids. And during my time at UCSB as a student, I got to meet a lot of individuals who did like physical therapy, which is when you work with individuals and their muscles, right? The OTs who work with like functional living skills, like how to dress yourself, how to feed. And then the SLPs that do a lot of the language and the speech and how to articulate, right? And so it was really fun to get to cross collaborate with all these awesome therapists.
Mhm.
And so I kind of always had that like love for that. And I knew that at some point, right, I was going to have to go back to school. And so upon graduation, I started looking at programs and I had to get a post-baccalaureate degree to be able to get a master's. So I ended up with 3 bachelors. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, but it's been really great, and graduate school has been fun. And then once you get your master's, you are pretty much licensed. You're called a clinical fellow.
Okay.
And that just means you have a mentor who's a fully licensed SLP.
Okay.
But then you can go ahead and you can, diagnose, treat, and do all of that fun stuff with the either adults or children who have the speech and language disorders.
Okay, perfect. So that's actually kind of leads into one of my next questions. Do you work mainly with children? Do you work with adults? Kind of tell us like the profile of client that you work with.
So currently, my passion has always been with children, but currently I specialize in the 0 to 3 population, so the babies.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of parent coaching, right? Working with the parent on how to help them communicate with their children, understand their child. What are the milestones, right? So many new parents don't know that your child needs to be able to sit up before you can actually start feeding them like like more like raw potato, right, or the avocado. They need to have that positioning. And even before that, right, when you want your child to talk, there's actually imitation skills. But what's great about my field is that if you have like a love for working with kids, whether they're babies or school aged kids or
Mhm.
high schoolers, right? I mean, there's so many high schoolers who have language disorders where they don't know how to have these conversations, that you make eye contact. And so you teach like conversational groups, and you can work with adults.
Okay, perfect. So I take it you're working a lot on Zoom right now. Is that am I correct in that?
You are correct. Yes. It's a lot of Zoom, and it's very hard because, as kids don't want to sit in front of a screen and look. They're so engaged with their environment. And so it can be very difficult and challenging. But one plus side has been really having the parents be kind of the person implementing the activity, right? I actually finished a session before I saw you. So I had a horsey and a fork, and I was pretending we were feeding the horsey, and I had to ask the parent, can you grab, a spoon, a plate, and the little stuffed animal, and we're going to play, pretend feeding, right? And we're pretending the horsey's eating. And so the child was watching mom and me do it, and then we had him do it.
Cool.
So it's great.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome. Okay, so if we are interested in your services, how would somebody from our group go about seeking out your services? Where do you work, and how do we get access to them?
Yes, that's a great question. Well, typically, there's actually this nonprofit that I work for, and I'm actually interning for them, Mariposas Project or
Mhm.
MP Health, and you can Google them. They're awesome. They provide it's a multidisciplinary clinic, so they
Okay.
have PT, OT, speech. I mean, really all different services, and I think counseling as well. And you can just call them up and get an evaluation done. If you have SenCal, I know that you can go through the Tri-County.
Okay.
Or, if you're a new parent, a lot of new parents don't know this, but if you're a new parent and you're just curious and you want to know if your child's hitting those milestones, um, you can contact the regional center in Santa Barbara. It's called Tri-Counties, and get them to start an evaluation, and then they'll refer you to Mariposas for that.
Okay, great.
Uh,
Yeah, that's super helpful. I myself have a 2-year-old, and I would have never known. I mean, we're blessed to not have any issues that we know about, but I would never have known about that. So that is very helpful. And we're going to be putting all the links to your workplaces and your contact information, so people can get in touch with you at the bottom of the email that we send out today. And then I guess my last question, which you sort of kind of alluded to already, but what made you join YLS, and what do you like about YLS?
Oh gosh. Well, I started working for United Way in 2014 as a
Hmm.
Fun in the Sun program leader, and then community impact. And I think it was just, getting to work with a lot of my coworkers, and then we'd have YLS to go, talk to and meet other individuals in the community. So I think what really attracted me to YLS and being a part of that is the connections, really getting to know other individuals who are like-minded as yourself, right? Who are community leaders, who want to do good work on,
Hmm.
like volunteer and whatnot. But then, we also have some fun, right? We have the bowling nights, and we will have some fun. So
You do.
yeah,
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Michelle. And like I said, if you guys want to contact her, we'll be putting the links below. And hope you all have a great April.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.